Tech. Capitulation. B of A top banker Rick Sherland predicts breakout in mergers due to troubled economy, CNBC. Top investment banker Rick Sherland of Bank of America sees a wave of struggling companies putting themselves up for sale at cheaper prices due to the downturn. Mergers in software may be about to break out. Top investment banker Rick Sherland of Bank of America sees a wave of struggling companies putting themselves up for sale at cheaper prices due to the plus 1945 CHARS. Prince Harry is spending his 38th birthday privately. Source: Entertainment Tonight. A source close to the royal family tells ET. Harry is not expected to do anything to mark his birthday except spend it privately. Exclusives from #EntertainMe. Null. Our league definitely got this wrong. LeBron James and other NBA figures respond to Robert Sarver decision. CNN. LeBron James and Chris Paul have criticized the NBA for the punishment handed down to Phoenix Suns owner Robert Sarver, who this week was fined $10 million and suspended for a year after an independent investigation found he engaged in hostile, racially insen. CNN. LeBron James and Chris Paul have criticized the NBA for the punishment handed down to Phoenix Suns owner Robert Sarver, who this week was fined $10 million and suspended for a year after an INDA plus 3988 CHARS. Fitness trackers reveal links between exercise, memory, and mental health. Neuroscience News. Specific intensities of exercise over a long period of time are associated with different aspects of memory and mental health. Summary. Specific intensities of exercise over a long period of time are associated with different aspects of memory and mental health. Source: Dartmouth College. Exercise can improve your cognitive. Plus 6562 CHARS. Scientists discover 380-million-year-old heart, stunningly preserved. CNET. And it could shed light on our distant evolution, says the co-author of a study on the fossilized organ. We are all related, in the most literal sense. A 380-million-year-old fish heart found embedded in a chunk of Australian sediment has scientists' pulses racing. Not only is this organ in remarkable condition, but it could also yield clues about T plus 3554 CHARS. Our league definitely got this wrong. LeBron James and other NBA figures respond to Robert Sarver decision. CNN. LeBron James and Chris Paul have criticized the NBA for the punishment handed down to Phoenix Suns owner Robert Sarver, who this week was fined $10 million and suspended for a year after an independent investigation found he engaged in hostile, racially insen. CNN. LeBron James and Chris Paul have criticized the NBA for the punishment handed down to Phoenix Suns owner Robert Sarver, who this week was fined $10 million and suspended for a year after an INDA plus 3988 CHARS. Splatoon 3 update out now. Version 1.1.1. Patch notes. Nintendo Everything. Nintendo has just released a new 1.1.1 update for Splatoon 3, and has shared some very lengthy and official patch notes. A new Splatoon 3 update just dropped, with Nintendo issuing version 1.1.1. This is a notable patch as there are changes and fixes to various aspects of the game. Splatfest's Player controls. Multiple. +5135 chars. Kramer's lightning round. I cannot recommend Occidental Petroleum. CNBC. Mad Money. Host Jim Cramer rings the lightning round bell, which means he's giving his answers to callers' stock questions at rapid speed. Occidental Petroleum Corp. Even though I think Warren Buffett is terrific, I cannot recommend you this stock. Universal Display Corp. How about when it gets to say 18, 19 times earnings? You act. +611 chars. The Queen. Lying in state. BBC News. Live stream of Queen Elizabeth II lying in state at Westminster Hall in London. Members of the public pass through the hall throughout the day and night. Null. Putin concedes China has questions and concerns over Russia's faltering invasion of Ukraine. CNN. Russian President Vladimir Putin on Thursday praised China's balanced position on the Ukraine war, though he conceded Beijing had questions and concerns over the invasion, in what appeared to be a veiled admission of the diverging views over the protract. Russian President Vladimir Putin on Thursday praised China's balanced position on the Ukraine war, though he conceded Beijing had questions and concerns over the invasion, in what appeared to be a vague +5689 chars. Perseverance rover finds organic matter treasure on Mars. CNN. Investigating the site of an ancient river delta. The Perseverance rover has collected some of the most important samples yet on its mission to determine if life ever existed on Mars. According to NASA scientists. Sign up for CNN's Wonder Theory Science newsletter. Explore the universe with news on fascinating discoveries, scientific advancements and more. Investigating the site of an ancient river delta. The +6420 chars. If Patrick Mahomes does this, the media goes nuts. NFL. Check out our other channels. NFL Mundo https www.youtube.com/mundanflenfl Brazil https www.youtube.com/c/NFL Brazil officialful UK https www.youtube.com/ch null. Sega Genesis September 2022 game updates. Nintendo Switch Online. Nintendo relive some of the iconic games that defined Sega Genesis. Today, 3 additional power-packed games have been added to the Sega Genesis, Nintendo Switch O. Null. Cramer says investors should remain calm after FedEx's bad quarter but brace for more economic pain. CNBC. Cramer outlined 3 reasons why investors shouldn't let the company's bad quarter scare them needlessly. CNBC's Jim Cramer advised investors not to panic after FedEx's worse-than-expected first quarter. The Mad Money host's warning comes after FedEx reported first-quarter earnings and revenue that fell +1241 chars. True story behind the Silent Twins. It definitely messed with my head. New York Post. Identical twins June and Jennifer Gibbons were disturbingly close. They were identical twins. 2 black girls in a white world with a bond so fiercely strong nobody else could get in. Now, their fascinating and troubling story is about to hit the big screen. It +6728 Chars. GOP governors put focus on migrants with Martha's Vineyard transport. Politico. Florida Gov. Ron DeSantis flew dozens of migrants to the island as Texas governor sent 2 buses to Washington. The decision by DeSantis to fly migrants to Martha's Vineyard, a summer enclave for the nation's elite, drew a particularly harsh rebuke from Democrats who said the Florida governor had gone too far. P. +7037 Chars. City opens second dose monkeypox vaccine eligibility to 28-day interval. NYC.gov. Second dose appointments will be open to anyone who received their first dose at least 28 days ago. The city will also expand eligibility to people who are under 18 and who meet all other eligibility. +3587 Chars. Watch Rocket Lab launch a radar satellite to orbit today. Space.com. A smooth liftoff occurred at 4:38 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time, 20:30 GMT, on Thursday, Sept. 15. Rocket Lab's 30th Electron rocket sent a radar satellite soaring toward Earth orbit Thursday, Sept. 15. The Electron booster lifted off from Rocket Lab's New Zealand site on the North Island's Ma. +2449 Chars. Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. How to stream Chargers at Chiefs. Updates and future game schedule. Yahoo Sports. Your Thursday night football viewing experience is about to change. Amazon Prime, the streaming service arm of the Jeff Bezos retailing behemoth, begins. Your Thursday night football viewing experience is about to change. Amazon Prime, the streaming service arm of the Jeff Bezos retailing behemoth, begins streaming Thursday night NFL games with tonight's +1996 Chars. Crisis Core. Final Fantasy VII Reunion hands-on. GameSpot. Crisis Core. Final Fantasy Reunion is the upcoming remake of Crisis Core. Final Fantasy, a well-regarded game amongst Final Fantasy fans that sadly saw limit. Null. Apple is now the market's most shorted stock. If Tesla is an example, that's bullish. MarketWatch. The dollar amount of shares sold short is pretty meaningless. Apple shareholders need not worry that it's the most shorted U.S. stock. I'm referring to the report from short seller analytics firm S3 Partners that, after 864 days in which Tesla TSLA plus 0.38%, plus 3327 Chars. What the hell is going on at Kanye West's mysterious new private school? Rolling Stone. Parkour classes. A cone of silence and a principal with no apparent formal teaching experience. Inside the superstar's new private school. Kanye West's latest ambitious venture may be his most surprising, and most mysterious. Over the past decade, West has cemented himself not only as a musical force but a cultural and creative vicio. +16151 Chars. Russia-Ukraine war latest. What we know on day 205 of the invasion. The Guardian. Mass burial site with 440 bodies found in recaptured Izium. Ukraine's loss of grain storage capacity threatens global food supply. Putin praises Xi's balanced approach to Ukraine war. Less than Li greater than Ukrainian authorities have found a mass burial site of more than 440 bodies in the eastern city. of Izium that was recaptured from Russian forces. A regional police chief has said, President Volod. Plus 3989 Chars. Biden's monkeypox advisor is managing a virus alongside conservative fascination in his Instagram feed. Politico. Dmitry Daskalakis has become caricatured as a tattooed oddity among buttoned-up bureaucrats. The truth is far different. I wish I were that interesting, he says. But increasingly, right-wing critics have painted him as a caricature, far different from the actor who scrolls the Italian countryside in search of mouth-watering meals. Sifting through Daskalakis. Plus 9706 Chars. Stunning image of comet Leonard's breakup wins astronomy photography prize. Space.com. A disconnection event. In the bright comet, Leonard caught the eyes of judges at Royal Observatory, Greenwich. The overall winner of the 2022 Astronomy Photographer of the Year contest was this picture of comet Leonard, called Disconnection Event. Image credit Gerard Riemann. A flare in last year's Brig. Plus 5078 Chars. Video. Trey Lance found odd way to cope with Bears' loss. Sports mockery. Trey Lance didn't enjoy his visit to Soldier Field last Sunday. It appears he chose an interesting way to unwind from it. Trey Lance emerged almost out of nowhere in the 2021 NFL Draft. He was a productive player for one season at North Dakota State, famously not throwing an interception the entire year. That, along with plus 1912 Chars. The Yakuza name is officially dead. Kotaku. Sega is moving on from branding that has been around since 2006. The first Yakuza game was released all the way back in 2006. And the branding was most recently used in 2020's Yakuza Like a Dragon, across 8 main releases and a number of spin-offs. The name B. Plus 1745 Chars.